I'm Joe Duffy, CEO of OffshoreInsiders.com. I'm going to have three, yes, count them, three college football winners for week 3 of the college football season. Also, for week 2 of the NFL, there is an incredible betting formula that applies 10 times this weekend. I'm going to reveal the formula, and I'm going to tell you about the 10 teams that it does favor. Make sure you like and subscribe as well as comment. Tell me what you want. Joe Duffy, CEO of OffshoreInsiders.com, to be bringing you from now until eternity, because we've got some of the best content on earth. Let me know what you want in the comments section. All right, let me get to 3 college football winners for this Saturday. We'll start out with Oregon and Northwestern to go under the 48.5. Basically, what we do is we come up with a mathematical total that's based on the points for and points against of both teams, and then compare it to what the actual total is. Now, a pro tip, it's actually going to be counterintuitive. Again, if the math total compared to the total would imply that the total is too high, you would say bet the under, right? No, we say go with what the odds makers are telling us, and we'll bet the over. If it seems too low, you would say, I guess you got to bet the over, right? No, our computer flat out tells us, go with the odds makers, what they're telling us. If the total seems too low, listen to their message and bet the under. This is a system along those lines that goes under, repeat, under 1087, 744, and 34. So Oregon and Northwestern to go under the 48.5. Now we do have UTEP and Texas to go over the total. Not quite the over version of this system, although we do have an over version of the system I just quoted you. But when you've got a total just 14 points or less higher than the point spread, so yeah, basically the line and the total are pretty darn close together, games like that tend to go over at a 205, 105, and 5 rate. So we're going to go with UTEP and Texas over the total. And then we also have a free winner on what is arguably the marquee game of the college football Saturday portfolio, Georgia, Tennessee under. Again, that kind of system we just told you about that goes under 1087, 744, and 34. So again, Georgia and Tennessee to go under the total. And like I said, I've got an NFL system coming up for you in just one moment. You know, I got 5 Saturday best bets led by a Wise Guy Play. Wise Guy Plays from Joe Duffy's Picks, the strongest play in the handicapping industry. 3 NFL led by 2 Wise Guy Plays. And by the time these games kick off, we'll probably have more. It's all at OffshoreInsiders.com. Make sure you visit OffshoreInsiders.com. I got an NFL betting system for you. By the way, all of our systems, you may ask, wait a minute, do these really apply this early in the year? Because, you know, there's a lot less data to go by. Overreaction occurs every bit as much after just 1 or 2 games as it will late in the year. So yes, every system we give you, we double check and test it and make sure that it still applies in week 2 or week 3, or for example, in the baseball all-star, after the NBA all-star break, baseball all-star break, we make sure that our systems apply when both teams are extremely rested, that's not an outlier. So yeah, our systems are tested every which way but loose. That's why I've been handicapping since 1988. All right, you want to fade the team in the NFL. In the NFL, you want to fade the team and talk about overreaction. Fade the team in week 2 that was substantially less impressive based on the margin. That is, they had a deficit of at least 6 compared to what their opponent did. So, in other words, if one team won last week by 6 and the other team lost by 4 points, that would be a 10-point deficit. So one team was much more impressive than the other, but we want to go with a team that is less impressive. Not shockingly. Well, I guess to you it might be, because you like to go with the hotter team. The public generally likes to go with the hotter team. They really, there's too much recency bias. They said, okay, I saw the game last week. This team looked great. This team looked terrible. I can't see the terrible team stopping them. No. NFL especially is about regression of the mean. So again, go with the team that looked much less impressive in week 1, bet them in week 2. That angle would favor quite a few games. The Bengals, the Chiefs, these are the teams that it applies to. The Giants, Lions, Titans, Dolphins, Saints, Seahawks, Broncos, and Panthers. Now, again, that doesn't mean we got a premium play on all these teams, and it just means we're got a strong lean towards all those teams, or there's something in the column for all those teams. So I'm just reporting, and you decide. But when both of the teams are actually off of a loss, basically, the one team lost by a lot more than their opponent did. Remember, the difference has to be at least 6. So, again, if one team lost by 4, the other team lost by 10, it would apply. So when both teams are off of a loss, it's even better percentage-wise, but it's obviously quite rare. 30-11, and the one team that it does apply to is the New York Football Giants. Again, please like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you want from our channel. And remember, Joe Duffy's picks at offshoreinsiders.com. Oh, by the way, if you're depending on when you're watching this, I got a couple winners on Friday and a big portfolio on Thursday. We're getting this out on Thursday, so you may not see it in time. But again, NFL college football Saturday and Sunday. It is big, and it will probably be bigger. So visit offshoreinsiders.com each and every day for winning picks. And again, I've been at this since 1988 on the score phones. I know what the hell I'm doing. Very few people have been a full-time handicapper since 1988. Been a handicapper, been in the business since 86. My history, I think somewhere on my YouTube channel I explained to it how I became involved in handicapping. But I've been obsessed, as I always like to say. I'm a degenerate handicapper, not a degenerate gambler. I've been obsessed with handicapping since my preteen years. Don't let my youthful good looks fool you, okay? Don't let my youthful good looks fool you. That's a long, long time ago. Joe Duffy's picks, offshoreinsiders.com. Stay tuned for another winning video.